whether you're doing anything, still going back to that. And then with God, finding Christ and surrendering to that was the next hard step, because I fought religion tooth and nail like him. I didn't want to believe in this and believe in that. And, I still am a little resistant at times, but I actually have given myself over. And I'm finding that it's a lot easier. I know Jesus loves me. I know God loves me. I know I've got people that love me and that care about me. I got friends. My life is getting a little bit more manageable. Still chaotic, don't get me wrong. It's going to be chaotic for the rest of my life because life gets lifey. But it's manageable where it wasn't. I'm not afraid anymore. I'm not worried if my house is going to be took away from me, or if I'm going to be living on the streets behind some dumpster, which I was at one point. Things are getting better, but it takes time, work, and definitely succumb to that right there, acknowledging that addiction. I'm afraid every day. I mean, true story. My therapist where I was at for treatment wanted to put me on Vyvanse, which is an amphetamine, drug of choice, meth. And I'm going, you want to put me on an amphetamine? My oldest daughter didn't take her whole prescription her senior year because I was doing them. And I'm going, first I was legal drugs. But no, I told him no. And he's like, are you sure? Because I qualify for all 10 points of ADHD. Anybody knows me knows I'm hyper as heck. But I had to learn to manage and say, no, I can't do it. And I'm glad I don't. I have a structure. I get up every day. I go to work. I don't have much of a life. That's okay. I have a life. That's something I didn't have before. I get to come home and see my daughter. I get to see my brother. I get to see my friends. I don't look at the cops going by going, are they there for me? Or if I see a cop behind me, like, ducking down the seat, it's like, no, I don't have to do that no more. I actually got pulled over and they're like, you got any drugs in the car? I'm sitting there grinning, laughing, going, go ahead and search. Something I could never do before. But it all started like there with acknowledging I was powerless. I'm still scared to this day. I'll be the first to tell you. I'm pretty confident in a lot of things, but, whether it be weed or any other drug, even though it's recreational legal, it scares me because it's a slippery slope. I don't want none of it, but it's right there in your face every day. I work with people that get high on the regular, and you look at them like, really? But for me, it's like a choice. And this church, especially whatever it takes, and this group, I've been doing it for 2 years. I love this. It's my home group. I'm here forever. I'll be a staple. They've helped me a lot. The support group I have, finding people that I can count on. And it's not a lot of people. It's a few people, but it's enough. And they've all helped me with that. I mean, I'm the first to tell you, I am scared of my addiction. My addiction is rampant. And I'm going to tell you all something I've never told anybody. You hear about crack babies and stuff like that. I'm a 70s baby. I was literally born with methamphetamine in my system. I'm a meth baby. I've had addiction since the day I was born. Wow. Yeah, and that's something I've never outwardly said to anybody. Wow. And it's, yeah, majorly. And it's scary because, it's like, when you're born, from the day you're born, it's what you know. I mean, it's a scary concept to know that it's been in your life your whole life. And then here it is, nah, I got this under control. No, I don't. But unfortunately, I got friends, the program, doing, meetings, doing step work, higher power, thankful to him above all, because without that, without surrendering and giving in, I wouldn't be here. I'll tell you right now where I'd be. I'd be up back in that trailer, probably dead right now, to be honest. But I'm not. Thanks.
Thanks, Gary.
Who's next? Come on, I got a pick. Come on.
My name is Kango, and I have issues.
Hi, Kango.
I don't like to call myself an addict because I believe you are what you think. It took me a long time to get to the point I'm at right now. When I was in society, on the streets, whatever you call it, I didn't think I was an addict because I was able to sell drugs and still get high. So I called myself a smoker, a functioning addict. I was wrong.
You got stopped, didn't you?
Nah, somebody I really care about brought it to my attention. And one day I sent him a picture, and she cried. And she told me that, babe, you look bad. I mean, I had on brand new clothes, jewelry, money in my pocket, a whole bunch of drugs. But I looked in the mirror one day when she told me that. She was like, your glasses don't even fit on your face, you're ugly. I had to really wake up and see myself. I really looked in the mirror like, and my glasses falling off my face. That's how skinny my face was. I'm the type of person that's very aware and conscious of his looks. That's very important to me. And when she told me that, it really hurt me because I know she's never going to tell me the wrong thing. Even though it may hurt my feelings, she always told me the truth. Even though we argued a lot, bickered, went back and forth, she always told me what I needed to hear, even though I didn't want to hear it. But from that point on, I just started to think like, damn, I really am an addict. Excuse me, I'm so sorry. Like, dang, I really am an addict. Like, because the more stuff that I had, the more stuff I did, and I always had a lot. I didn't have the average, I had a lot. So, the more stuff you have, the more you do. And that made me deteriorate rapidly. So I had to wake up. Plus she gave me an ultimatum saying that I can't be around her. You know what I'm saying? If I continue to live the lifestyle that I'm living, because she took a step and changed her life, and I'm proud of her. We argue all the time, we bicker, we still go at it, but we both have our own issues. I'm working on myself. I used to always think, put it like this, I always thought I needed her. In a way I did need her because I was out there by myself. She was the only one that I could count on. You know what I'm saying? But when I was out there by myself, I didn't really have anybody. I mean, I had her to talk to on the phone, but I really didn't have anybody. All the people around me were using me. I knew they were using me, but like I said, I didn't think I was an addict. I thought, you know what I'm saying, okay, yeah, you can have this, you can have that, you know what I mean? Eventually I'm gonna get mine. Eventually, but I never did get mine. Some of them used to just play me. And I used to, you know what I'm saying, look at myself like, damn, they looking at me like one of them. Because I didn't look at myself as the people that I used to serve drugs to. I looked at them as my customers, but I was a customer myself. I don't really want to say what I really want to say, but I was messed up. But today, look at me. I'm healthy, I'm happy, you know what I mean? I'm not really a religious person, I'm a spiritual person. I believe you are what you think, like I said. I believe in the law of attraction. If you think negative, that's what you're gonna receive in your life. If you think positive, that's what you're gonna receive in your life. And I'm still working on myself. I still think negative sometimes, but I catch myself. You know what I mean? I've been in situations in here where I almost had to put my hands on somebody. I caught myself. I'm not gonna mess my program up for nobody. I love this program. This is the best decision I made in 2025. And like I said, I'm not really a religious person, but I don't knock nobody for what they believe in. If you believe a basketball is your higher power, so be it. You know what I mean? For me, I'm my higher power. My subconscious mind is my higher power. You know what I mean? That I impress thoughts on my subconscious mind. You know what I mean? So I'm glad to be here. I'm glad you guys accept me. All the people that I talk to every day, that keep me in good spirits when I'm down, when I'm angry. I thank the counselors. I thank you guys for letting me come here. Get up on the mic. I was kind of scared at first, but she told me, like, go on and get up there, so I did. So, yeah, I know. I mean, I'm really good at this, though, you know. I'm not really a nervous type of person. I have confidence in myself. I'm just glad to be here. I'm glad to be sober and healthy, and I'm glad to be in this community. And you know what I'm saying? Say hi to me whenever you can. I might look mean sometimes, but I'm really not. Just be deep in thought. So I'm a good person. Everybody who knows me, lives with me at the hotel, will tell you that I'm a very good person. I'm very smart and educated. And if you got something, if you see something in me that I don't see, please let me know. I'm not the type of person that's going to judge you like, damn, I'm the type of, excuse me. Sorry, I can't help it.
That was a weak one, that's all right.
Yeah, but I'm the type of person when you say something about me, I ask myself, like, why are they saying that about me? Is this something that I need to work on? You know? So, like I said, man, thank you guys for listening to me. Have a blessed day.
I think it's on. Yeah, it is. My name's Kay. I'm an addict.
Hi, Kay.
Man, I didn't think I was going to come up here, and I'm nervous. So for me, step one, and I believe a lot of you can agree with me, is when I first walked into treatment almost 2 years ago. I never thought that I would be where I'm at today. I've definitely been through a lot. But I feel like for me, when I was out there, I felt like I didn't have a purpose in life. I felt like that I didn't deserve to be in life. Chasing after all the wrong things. Losing sight of who I was. I just felt like that I didn't have an identity for a while. And I thought the people I was hanging around with were my friends. I thought they cared about me, took care of me, did everything for me, but really I was just ruining my life day by day. When I finally decided to come in, one of my friends, I never even thought about treatment. I didn't even know about treatment, to be honest, and it was mentioned to me just because I got kicked out on the street at my parents' house at 17, and I was just all over the place. But when I got here, I finally felt like I had that surrender moment. I know a lot of you probably see me up here singing some Mondays. That's who I am. That's who I always was when I was little. I've always sang for church, and I completely lost sight of that because I got in the wrong crowd, did the wrong things, didn't care about life, stopped caring about myself, stopped caring about the people around me. But being here today, I'm standing here, and not only am I 20 years old, but I have a baby on the way. Terrified. And I still have my days, to this day, where I start thinking back to my addict mind, and I start thinking back to getting in the lows and being scared and wanting to just cover it all up with drugs again. But I know that if I do that, that I'm just going to end up right back where I was, and I probably will not make it back. And I haven't worked the steps. I probably should. But I'm just grateful for every single person that I've ran into here in treatment. I'm grateful for the family that I've built. And I'm just grateful for my life today, even though it's still a bumpy road. I'm doing the damn thing. Sorry for my language, but I'm doing the thing, you know what I mean? And I'm just excited for the journey ahead of me and to continue to grow, continue to be a better version of myself, and bringing back the Kay that I've always been, that I lost sight of for a while. So I just want to thank all of you guys, and I pass.
What's the switch up?
There you go. I'm Joe, and I'm a work in progress. This first step is sometimes pretty hard. Like even right now, it's been about a year. What's today, the 7th? So it's been, tomorrow makes 1 year since I've been in treatment. Right, I got a job on barge, like doing good. You know, I'm making money, away from the streets. I'll be the first one to tell you that was the best and worst thing that's ever happened in my recovery. Like, yeah, it's got me away from the streets for months at a time, but then I get home and I got a pocket full of money, and my probation officer only had me report the day after I get off the boat, and then I don't have to report again until I get back off the boat. You know what I mean? So I come home, have fucking like, my bad, sorry. I'll have like $2,000-3,000.
It's 2 more.
Alright.
Not one.
I have like $2,000-3,000 in my pocket. And then I'm like, okay, I got a month. Like, I need 3 weeks to get back on the boat. So then I'll get back, like, go wild out for a minute. The day before I get on the boat, I'll stop, and then I have 3 weeks to get clean before I go and have to see probation again. You know what I mean? Had me a nice little system set up, which is awful, you know. Luckily, I had a girl that I currently hold resentment to, but I'm so thankful. Before I got off the boat this time, 4 days ago, she informed probation that she had concerns about me maintaining my sobriety. So today I'm 67 days clean. I've also accomplished a lot in this last 67 days. You know, I got an apartment in Chesapeake, which is an hour and a half. You know, these are Portsmouth is where I ran, so I'm away from all the faces that I know, and I don't have it like, here you go, you know. And I get that geographical change doesn't equal personal recovery. I understand that, but if you have a desire to stay clean and then you get into an area where you don't know anybody, you're that much more or that much less likely to go out and find it, you know. And I don't know. So that's all I got. I guess maybe it's not. Yeah, that'd be all I got.
Anybody else?
Come on, guys. I see you. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it.
Come on down.
Hi, I'm Justin, I'm a drug addict. I didn't know that existed up here. This is my first time actually coming to this meeting since I've been here. Grateful to listen to everybody. I enjoyed the dude's plan that he had up here before there. And it made me think about unmanageability within my life and how quickly things have become unmanageable when I think that I'm actually managing them. I can remember back to a relapse that I had where I was managing pretty well, right? I was like, that's all right, I'm able to keep dope. I heard my dude over here talking about he wasn't an addict, right? Wasn't an addict. I was able to keep dope and sell dope, right? I was never that guy. I was a consumer. I would like to call myself a salesman, but I did more than I could sell. But life today is so much better. Was it 3 years, 1 month, and 16 days ago, I was able to come to treatment. By the grace of God, Jesus Christ, and the higher power of probation, they allowed me to come to treatment. And I've been able to build a beautiful life since then. I've worked several jobs. I thought about going out on one of them barges, however, I understood that when I come back and I got $5,000 in my pocket and not really anywhere to go, that's when I would, and I'm going to apologize right now to Jesus Christ because I don't know how to speak without cussing. It's almost like breathing to me, so if it happens autonomously. But I understand that money was never a trigger for me. That's what a sponsor told me. He's like, I get high without money. I didn't need money. I had means and ways to get high. It just makes it a lot easier. I remember my first job when I got clean. I worked at McDonald's down here on Gallia for 7 months. Told them the whole time, it's just a temporary job until I find a job that I actually want to work. Luckily, I know a lot of people within the community. I ended up with a job at a treatment center, another job at another treatment center, another job at another treatment center. I just kept like upgrading, I guess you would say. I gained myself one of them licensures. So I've done everything from being a housing monitor, RA, to case management, AODs, like all that stuff. So I'm like a true testament that if I can come from being that gutter, dumpster, junkie, drug addict to where I'm at today, I have a beautiful life today. I have a 15-year-old niece that depends on me for everything, and I love that little girl to death. I made her a promise that I would take care of her no matter what. Purpose. My sister, God bless her soul, she's doing real great. She's getting her life together, 18 months clean. Actually just landed her first job in treatment, and this is all because like I was able to stay clean. I've had several friends hit me up since being clean, wanting to know how to get clean, because honestly, I remember I knew how I was going to get clean. I didn't know how I was going to stay clean. And I stay clean through having a higher power. And this higher power, I do believe, is a program to me. But I've got several higher powers, right? I've got the first one, is Jesus Christ. I've got the second one, I work a program in Narcotics Anonymous. And this is the thing that has kept me clean to this day. Being of service to other people, having a home group, having a sponsor, working steps, all these things. That's how I've stayed clean this long, right? That's how I'm going to continue to stay clean. I don't know that I need Narcotics Anonymous to stay clean for the rest of my life, but I do understand that I don't want to test them waters. I didn't know what I was going to say when I came up here. I just let my heart speak for me. It just got real quiet and awkward in here, and I couldn't take it anymore. That's all I got. I'm Justin, a drug addict. You guys have a wonderful evening.
Hey, will you put that back on the screen for her? The step one?
Yes.
170.
Is it on? Oh, yeah. Okay, so I wasn't gonna come up here, but I just feel like it might help somebody. So, okay, so for me, I was fighting tooth and nail to come here. I ain't even gonna lie. My sister tried to get me to come here like over and over and over and over, and I was like, my life is manageable. Okay, I am doing great. Living at my mom's and wherever else I could be, you know, doing great. Living my life with neither of my kids. So I was just like. Anyways, the point of that is, a lot of my excuses within my own self was that I felt like that in order to come to treatment, you had to, what's the statement? Yeah, you had admitted we were powerless over our addiction, that our lives become manageable, and basically with like the higher power thing. I was struggling with that real bad. Honestly, all the way up to about like a month ago. So I just didn't think, I thought that in order to, you know what I mean, like to come here, you had to have like a religious, you had to be like in there with him, you know? That is not the case. I just, like I said a month ago, let go of it and said, God, take it, because he knows I can't. You know, I wasn't taking nothing. My stuff was going downhill quick. But I am grateful for this place, and thank you, Tab, for getting me here. I love you. And to my wife. And that's another thing, you know. Obviously, I'm with a girl, so that's another thing. I was like, I know. and I just felt like it was very, again, like people were judgy, you know, so I didn't want to, you know, me come here and talk, and people would be like, oh, you know, whatever. So that was a hard step for me to get through, but I'm through that step, so, and I don't know, that's really all I got. I just wanted to say, like, if you guys are out there, you guys don't, like, or if you guys know somebody that feels like the same way, like, tell them to get their butt here, because it works if you work it, for real. And I've already got blessings upon blessings upon blessings, just in the, and I've cleaned 63 days. And I was, like Dude said before, I was a gutter, like, in you know, doing the most. So if I can do it, any of y'all can, and I love you all. And yeah, bye. I like your
Hi there, my name's Francois. I'm from Ross County. Man, real nervous. I don't know why, because I used to do open mics at the bars all the time. And I used to get trashed at the bars to play and sing in front of everybody. So I don't know why it's so hard for me. But I started doing drugs when I was like 11 years old. I got my own house when I was 23. I bought it with cash, sold it. I've been to rehab like 7 different times. Sold my house, bought me a tour bus. Wanted to be like Lil Wayne, and I traveled, bought everything. I had everything, drums, bass, guitars. 7 months after I bought this thing, my whole life saved up for, bought it all cash, burnt down the ground in 10 minutes. Lost my kids at CPS 3 times, fighting real hard to get them back. I've been clean off meth for about 90 days. I had one little slip up. I hit the weed one time. Done a lot of things I'm ashamed of, you know, and that I'll never forgive myself for it. But I had to come here all the way to Portsmouth, TCC, because I heard that TCC was statistically the best. So I needed the best care, and I had to get away. I couldn't go back to Chillicothe. I can't go back there. It ain't no good. This is the 7th time I've been to a rehab center, and hopefully the last time. And I'm like, dude here with the big arms, you know, I'm proud of this big belly I got. Yeah. And that's all I got. Thank you.
Okay, guys, got about 6 minutes. Somebody else want to come up here? Come on.
Hi, I'm Rainey. I'm an addict. All right, so for me, I have to remind myself every day, multiple times a day, that I'm powerless. Definitely going through communal living and having to deal with some of the struggles that we go through here. But I also have to keep in mind how grateful I am to be here today. It used to be like when I would get into trouble, I would just go to prison. I was never offered rehab, and I didn't really want rehab. I didn't really know anything about it. But my first rehab experience gave me the best relationship that I had with my higher power. And to this day, I I need that type of relationship. It's a little bit harder here because it was a 12-based, like strict faith-based program, so I was surrounded by it 24/7, and it just filled me with so much of the Holy Spirit that I was just alive for it. I craved it. I did it every day, and it gave me purpose. It gave me confidence, self-worth, and I'm hoping to be able to build that here. But I guess the one thing I really want to speak on is a few things that's really happened that the promises are real. Me and my husband, we had about a year and a half sober, and we relapsed. But during this time that we were sober, I had a beautiful baby girl. Her name is Courageous. She's my fourth daughter. My other three I didn't get to keep. And I shouldn't have been able to keep her. But God blessed me enough to be able to raise her, and I still got her to this day. My CPS case was closed. We both got our license. We just got a vehicle Friday. So as much as it is a struggle to have to continue to remind myself, like, to give it up, like it ain't mine to carry anymore. If I find out that as long as you continue to do the next right thing, like eventually it all falls into place. Which is kind of crazy because right now I've been struggling the last few days, just trying to control things that aren't in my hands right now. But coming to these meetings puts things in perspective for me. Like, I don't need to control everything. What happens when I control stuff? That's one. It all falls apart. So
We're not going to count that.
I'm just grateful to be here, and for anybody that is doubting it, like, just continue doing the next right thing, and it'll all fall into place.
Thank you. We've heard a lot of good testimonies tonight. The main thing is, if you've survived to get into this building, God has given you another chance. Use it. With that, you all are dismissed.
Some say God is love but full of aggravation. Some say he don't talk to you unless you're perfect too. But if you know him, you can laugh cause you know that ain't true. Here's some good theology that'll set you free. When he looks at you, he's only pleased to me, not because of what you do, but all you dare do. And they wonder why we call it good news. God is in a good mood. Let me just remind you, his smile stays fixed on you, cause Jesus that he sees you through. Even on your worst day, after a mistake, nah, he don't change the way you ever do. Give him hope that you can hold on to. God is in a good mood.
I come down and there was nobody up here.
Oh. You must have left. Guess I better go. Good seeing you.
Okay. It's good to see you, Dana.
Good to see you. You're back home.
Yeah, so glad to see you.
Oh, we got here.
Hey.
Because again, you know what siding they were all biblical when they started.
Yes.
And they changed them because of state laws and people.
I watched the history of that.
You know, we got it.